Double days are actually very much a big staple of my training routine, and they will be throughout this whole prep as well. And it's mainly because I tend to go really quite well off them, and it's not really got anything to do with motivation or anything like that, even though doing 2 sessions a day can be demotivating. Knowing that you've got to put kit on twice, you're allowing yourself like more time to recover between each session, for example. So of course I will have the odd day where I go out and I'll do like a 4-hour standard ride, or even a 5-hour standard ride with a load of efforts in as well, because that will bring its own benefit. But for the time being, we're going to be sticking with double days because it's a lot easier to maintain energy balance. Leave a comment down below if you've got any questions or queries on that. The other idea behind this series of videos is that because they're running through July, like I figured that a lot of you watching possibly will be trying to also become in the best shape of your life possibly on the bike in July, mainly because the weather's good, or maybe there's a race you want to do, or some local crits or something. And if you're watching this in 2032, hopefully it still has some relevance. Oh, what a beautiful evening. What a cracking evening, as we say down here. Whoa, just leaving the clubhouse. Just finished the local chain gang, which kind of doubles up as like an add-on to my daily training sessions. The way I ride them, I tend to like shepherd people around and make sure the group kind of stays together, and it's more for other people's benefit than mine. I very much believe, because of the way I was brought up in this club, like Bynea, I very much believe that there's no time like the present to help out other people while, you know, you're also trying to get yours. Like, so I always try and put on a ride in the week, or on the weekend. The people can come along and join in. They can do a couple of efforts, they can do a chain gang like tonight's ride, they can do anything. Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Or this might be in the middle of a video, so if it is, it's kind of a little bit awkward. I'm gonna run through with you now what I do on a weekly basis, particularly when I'm not riding. But this morning I finished putting a post together for this weekend's ride on the road, taking the chain gang out with Bynea Cycling Club. We do a lot of like structured work. I've started to work closely with a few of my mates in the club, and we're kind of like trying to bring people, like this is the first year where we've tried to like bring people on through different structured rides, and we've called it structured rides. So we do everything on Facebook, and we're not paid for it. It's just like we're doing it for the love of it. Like we love to see people get faster, get stronger, whatever. And what we've been doing is we've been posting on the Facebook group, on Bynea Cycling Club's Facebook group, and there's been some progression over the last few months. And today I posted what will be Saturday morning's session, which I won't be here for because I'll be traveling, but generally I try to do the sessions anyway. But I just thought I'd run you through them because they give you some kind of idea of like what we do, how we structure them. Maybe you can incorporate it in your local cycling club, or even on your next training ride this weekend or something. So basically how I format it, like it's a copy and paste scenario basically, and then I'll change stuff in there. But we always have like a little chat, like a little heads in, like what are we going to do this week, or what are we going to do for the next 4 weeks. Have a little bit of progression there, have a little bit of a build there, and yeah, then I'll type it all up on Facebook. We'll usually set it as an event, and then people can, like, you know, opt, go in, or maybe, or can't go, or whatever. So what we've got on Saturday, we've got like time 2.5 hours, distance 75k, elevation 943 meters. Then we try and grade the ride, because obviously not everybody has a power meter or heart rate monitor or stuff like that. So
we try and grade the ride out of 5, like how hard it's going to be. This one's going to be like a 4 or 5. And the ride's going to start at 8 AM. A lot of people actually want the early morning starts because they want to get back early. But the basis of this ride, it's going to be like kind of one big loop. But it's a very easy start, very progressive, and then the latter half of the ride, like in the last like hour of the ride, we take in like 3 climbs. And these 3 climbs are going to be ridden at different efforts. And I've broken it down on here as well, just like I would if I was coaching somebody. So I tried to make it as simple as possible. And for example, for someone with a max heart rate of 190 or threshold power of 250 watts, that's what you can sustain for an hour. We break the 3 climbs down. So climb 1, 160, 170 beats per minute, or 220 watts, and it's a 5-minute climb. Climb 2, which is an 8-minute climb, 170 beats per minute, or 240 watts, so that's just below threshold. And then climb 3, 175 plus beats per minute, or 260 watts, and this climb is 10 minutes. So it's basically as hard as you can go for 10 minutes. And this will be just above threshold then if you're using power. The people that come out on the rides, and I know some of you are watching it, I know some of you are watching this right now, like you will have to have the discipline to not go so hard in that first effort in particular. And it's funny because like not only will the efforts make you stronger because you're actually doing efforts, but you're doing them at the end of the ride, and it's a 2.5 hour ride. So if you're doing them at the end, you're actually boosting your endurance as well, and it saves you so much time. Like instead of doing like a 4-hour ride or 5-hour ride, you're doing a 2.5 hour ride, but you're doing these efforts at the end, so you're really kind of boosting that endurance range that you have. And that's it. I just thought I'd run that past you because maybe some of you can make use of it, maybe some of you can't, but I don't know. It's Thursday today, and Thursday usually involves me not riding, or at least the last 4 weeks plus next week I won't be riding during the day. And that's because I've been doing some racing on CV Arcade. Yeah, whatever, keyboard warriors, you can say whatever you want. I'm racing indoors for this 5-week period. There's big prize money, like every week. There's actually $500 for first place. So don't hate on me. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's adding a completely different dynamic to my weekly training as well, which I've never done before, which is also bringing me benefit. Keeping on changing your training will always bring different benefits. So Thursdays are always like that, and I was supposed to be racing tomorrow night in Azerbaijan. That's now not happening, but doesn't bother me. I can be a little bit fresher for Sunday's road race up in the Beaumont Trophy. But yeah, it's a cheeky little balance at the minute. Weighed in this morning at 136.4 pounds. I'm going to put the conversion on the screen right here because some of you will prefer pounds, some of you will prefer kilos. The reason why I work in pounds is because you can actually track the changes, the smaller changes better. A big tip actually for those of you that like want to track your weight, instead of like meticulously worrying about like what your weight is every single day, I want you to weigh yourself every day. Write down that weight for the 7 days, and then add them all up and divide them by 7. And then so long as you're weighing yourself every day and you add all those up and stuff, so long as you see that small drop like every single week on average, you'll be losing weight. It's a lot easier and it's a lot less stressful on yourself to do it that way, from personal experience. But yeah, 61.8 kilos was the conversion. Happy with that. And then we just kind of do this whole maintenance magic where I start to go down to like 60, 59, 58, 57. No, I'm joking. I won't go that far. Alright everyone, it's that time of night, it's getting serious. We out here on the turbo in the conservatory, ready to race.
CV Arcade week number 4. Week number 4. Whoa, check out that vein. I was that lean everywhere, but it is really hot because the sun is coming in from this side. Like, it's almost like I have to wear like sunglasses just to ride the indoor turbo. Webcam set up here. CV Arcade on Facebook, so you can go follow them. You can actually check out the last race, which will be on next week. And although like people have always said like the graphics are a little bit iffy on this thing, their gameplay is incredible, and that's what sets them apart from anything else. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, they told me to say that. I'm saying that out of genuine use. Like this thing, like the fact you have to corner, you have to brake, like using the keyboard, and then use your power ups. Like, it's pretty confusing, especially when you're on the limit. But that's enough close-up shots of my head for now. I'm gonna jump on this and try and win myself $500 hairs, and yeah, see if we don't melt in the process. There's the man. I missed the memo with the sunglasses. Midway through the warm-up. This is a situation here, is like the live stream. With Jesper. And this is what people will see over on Facebook. I won't see this, even though I really like to hear the commentary and the tactics from the other riders. I got a couple of guys on my team, so I can race radio with them during the race. It's pretty clever. And that's from in the game system itself, not like through an app or something. Race 1 done. I came in 3rd behind Cam and Pritch. A little bit of tactics involved. Hopefully I can save myself for the hardest ones. Second race. Done. Cam in front of me again. Not quite suited to me, that one. But this next race is a long one. Got some hills. It's gonna be hard. 16k. It's gonna be like 20 minutes in anybody's books. This is not normal. Got 6 minutes till the next race, and I'm starting to shiver because it's so hot in there. I got such a crap fan. Pardon my French. Not making excuses, but got nowhere else to do it. Wish my Wi-Fi reached outside. This has to be done. Ah. Not exaggerating. Things you do. Back in, let's go. Sorry, just talking to my teammate. My teammates actually work for CV Arcade, so they know kind of everything. They know all the tactics, all the tricks in the book. But yeah, when something like that happens, it's like having the red ring of death on your Xbox 360. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't really know what the point of it was, but keeping the theme of being consistent and uploading something, even if it's just over a couple of days in one video. So
thank you. Next up, Beth, Big Ed Barnum says, is there a delay in getting the download and registration email? I registered 7 days ago, but I've got no download link so far in my inbox.
Look how shiny I am.
What is the
absolute? I'm getting a suntan there from the sun.
Because we are in close base.
Actually, before I go, I'm gonna weigh myself. I just drank a litre, literally, of water while I was out there on the turbo. So let's weigh myself and see what the damage is. Now this morning I was 136.4. Let's see what's happening. I am wearing kit, obviously, and I was butt naked this morning. But I was 136.4. So is that the same? Yeah, it is the same, isn't it? Not bad. Not bad at all.
Bye.